All right, welcome in Libras to your April monthly tarot reading. So thanks for joining in, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So we are in April. Spring, right? Spring has sprung in the northern hemisphere, fall in the southern. So this is definitely a time to take stock on that transitional period, because definitely it's happening externally, but it's also happening internally within us. So kind of see the shift in what you've been feeling. How has that shifted as we move from winter to spring? I do feel like there's that new stirring of energy. We're feeling more motivated to like get outside and to just do more things, take action. Feeling more energized, but there's definitely that blossoming happening within us right now. So April is a great month to start to feel, you know, again, like ourselves. So I have been talking to everyone about the monthly themes for April and reflections. So for April, we have the sun in Aries. So there's that. Definitely the basis of the themes is tied to whatever sign that the sun is in that month. So, you know, Aries, fire sign, fiery, action-oriented, very strong energy, which totally aligns with the themes and reflections. So for April, we have action, confidence, and leadership. So how do those themes resonate with you? What do you think about? And kind of like really maybe journaling, meditating on those three themes for yourself in April, and how you can kind of encompass those more. I do feel like a lot of people are going to be taking a lot more action. Especially we have, you know, Venus and Mercury that have been retrograde are going to go direct in April. So that's also energy. The aspects of the planets are going to also really support us to take action. And the action is going to be based on confidence and leadership. So when we take action with that confidence in ourselves and taking that leader piece, is we can really manifest a lot and make a lot of impact. So this is an impactful month, I feel. You know, we closed up the first eclipse cycle of the year. We had the lunar and solar eclipse in March. The last one just happened at the end of March, which was on March 29th. The new moon in Aries partial eclipse. So again, more Aries energy there. Kind of what I'm saying to everything about what these eclipses mean for us in the collective is really, it was opening up like a portal. And that's how I saw it. Like even, you know, the information I was channeling was really like a door opening out of nowhere, like an adjacent door that like we didn't know was there. And it's like we're going into a new path going forward, and that energy was really helping us to support and open up that new path for us, which if you haven't seen it yet, you're feeling it, and this is coming now in April. So let's get started. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Libras out there. Just a little housekeeping. If any of you are interested in a private individual reading, you can book one with me on my website, and that is linked below in the description. If you just don't know if you do and want more information, take a look at my website as well. You can also, on my website, if you have any questions or anything about that, you can send those through the website to me, or you can ask them below in the comments of the video, and I also can respond there. Alrighty, so this month I'm doing a little spring edition here, special bonus. So I have the Flower Medicine Oracle cards I'm trying to see, by Kathy Nichols. I was really drawn to these cards, and I don't use them a lot, but I felt like first month of spring totally aligns with that. So I'm pulling one of these cards, and there is a flower on each card, and I'm saying the card being chosen for you is a flower that is going to be a symbol for you, and also a support of energy for you. And I see it through spring and summer. So you can use the flower, go out and get yourself that flower to have around in you. You can plant the flower and grow some of them, or just even a picture of it, I think is going to be supportive for you now that we're blossoming into, you know, a time of abundance. And yeah, there's going to be a theme on there too. So I'm going to pull that first. So for Libras, we have gladiolas, which represents strength. So love that. So I'm just going to quick read the gladiola. So the tall, straight gladiolus is not broken by life's challenges. Also represents strength of character. So I think strength and courage, right, is going to be a theme for you. And facing whatever challenges with confidence and leadership, I think, is going to be key this month with the themes. So let's see what else comes out with a couple more oracle cards. And if you, I want to make sure you see the gladiolus there. So echinacea, deep healing. And water sprite, guardian. So for a couple of you, I do feel like, you know, I just had this with Virgos too. They had like all pink flowers, and you have this purple theme. So I feel like the color purple is always also going to be a supportive color for you. So wear purple, have purple around you. I am really like literally picking up on to help some sort of healing, using herbs and flowers like plant medicines. I feel like for you Libras, that's coming up strong for you. So whether it's physical issues you're going through, or just if you're going through even inner healing, I do feel like plant medicine is really going to help you. It could even be echinacea specifically. So go online and take a look at what echinacea does and help support, and it may really be spot on for something that can help you. I feel like you've been going through a deep healing process, and I feel like the strength is totally in line with, like, you know, you've been going through a very difficult integration period, healing, and just the challenge of it has been heavy. And I feel like you have a lot of guardians right now around you. There's a lot of strong ancestral support right now, I'm feeling, and just higher dimensional support right now to help you through, especially in April specifically, because I feel like this deep healing is going to continue, and there's something specifically that you are meant to heal or to kind of close the chapter on, and kind of overcoming that in April. So underneath we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, love that, King of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Three of Wands, in the Judgment card. And then I'm going to pull this Ace of Swords. So it's interesting. I saw the Two of Swords and I immediately got like Crossroads energy, which it can be. And then look at the Judgment card came out to just confirm that. And I sometimes too, the Ace of Swords, just like when you pull the Ace of Swords, it's kind of also confirming what you were just thinking or saying. So I feel like you're at a place, you're at a real crossroads, and you're kind of like, the universe is almost like opening up two doors, and it's like, well, I could go down this direction or this direction, and I feel like you're not sure yet. I think you're kind of waiting and getting more information right now with this Three of Wands. I do feel like the information you need to know what to do is coming in April, by the end of the month. So this is the end, right? This is the last card. So it's like you finally get the information you need. You're definitely wanting, I feel this energy of like, you're at a crossroads, but a part of you is really wanting to like fools rush into something. Like, I want to jump into this, and it's like a part of me is pulling me this way, and I just want to say screw it. And but another part of me is like, you know, King of Pentacles, like, wait a minute, let me think logically here. The King of Pentacles is really about, how do I create like a foundation of success, where the Fool is like, well, I don't care, I'm gonna rush in and make a decision here by my, usually, right, this is your heart, or this could be, but sometimes, you know, fools rush in, there's something else pulling you that maybe is not pulling you in the right direction here. Because what's interesting is around the Fool, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So it's like there's this essence of like wanting to create success and wanting to create stability and create a life, you know, that is strong, and a life that you really want to, that you're idealize, right? But then the Fool's like, screw it all, let's jump into this, right? Taking a risk here. So there is some sort of risk factor to kind of these different options here. There could be a financial risk here. There could be a risk of like something tied to family. But I do feel like there's a new path potentially opening up, and you're trying to figure out like, should I take this path or not? So let's keep going here. We have the Lovers. There's definitely a choice point. Justice. And the Strength card again. Yep, Strength is you got the Strength twice here. So I feel like the decision you eventually need to make is going to ask for you to be courageous. It might be a difficult decision. I feel like this is a difficult decision, and it's really weighing on you, because this could be, I think there could be major loss and implications if you make a decision and it doesn't work out. But there's something here about this decision has a karmic piece to this, to where, and we'll get more clarification, because I don't know if the Justice is referring to like you needing to learn a karmic lesson, or if this is bringing about a karmic rebalancing, which is kind of the same, but let's see here. Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So I feel like there is other people tied to this decision that are impacting you, or will impact. This is going to impact other people, not just yourself. And I feel like part of the Justice here is working together in a new way. And is this decision one that's going to bring, is it going to be equitable for me? Is it going to give me long-term positive, like what I'm putting into it, is it actually going to finally give back to me in the way I want it to? So however that resonates for you, if it's a relationship, maybe it's like a move, it's a job, it could be anything. And all these readings again are general. So that's why I kind of have to, it could be multiple different things, right? And I don't have you one-on-one to kind of confirm what that is. So let's get one more line. Five of Swords, the Hermit, Nine of Cups. So it's like ultimately you want to get what you want, right? And I think you know what you want in a sense, but it's like I just want to get, at the end of the day, I want to get what I really want. And I think you're being open to either path here, because there's a potential either path could get you where you want to go. I think you need to be specific though. You need to be really clear on what you want. Okay, what is it at the end of the day that you really want? Because if you're not clear about that, I think that's where you're going to potentially open up a risk. Because if you're not clear on what you want and you go down a direction, you don't have that basis of, is this going to give me XYZ? Okay, if you don't clarify the XYZ and you go down that path and realize, well, I'm not getting XYZ, but you never clarified that I wanted XYZ. So when I got the Five of Swords, I immediately heard, like, I think there's this essence of like, I heard like, am I getting the wool pulled over my eyes? So it's like, am I being deceived by a situation? Am I being deceived by this opportunity? Is somebody just trying to control the outcome here as well? There's a sense of like, there is multiple players in this situation. And I feel like, are they being honest? Are they just trying to control or get something out of me? So I think that's the key here of not rushing to jumping into something without really thinking or clarifying, like I said, what you really expect and want. I think there's a lot of internal assessment going on, the Hermit. Like you're really going in deep to try and figure out what is it I really want. Getting some higher wisdom and perspective, which I think is good. To really, like I said, identify what is it at the end of the day that you really want out of not just this situation, but life in general. I'm just going to get one for the Queen of Swords here. Sorry, Queen of Wands. 10 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, High Priestess. So this Queen of Wands could be someone you're connected to here. It could be a fire sign. It could be just someone who's really strong. But I feel like the journey so far with them has been one of challenge. I do feel like, I like that the 10 of Wands is indicating like a closure to a difficult chapter with them. But this has been somebody that you have history here. You've put a lot of time and effort into this. Or potentially you've put a lot of time and effort into yourself. And it's like you don't want to, again, waste all this progress you've potentially made by making a wrong decision here. But I feel like with the High Priestess, I feel like you know your answer. I feel like you intuitively feel it. So if you're getting pulled away from this person, I feel like you should listen to your intuition. If you're getting pulled in a certain direction, follow your intuition right now. I do feel like your guides, this is that guardian. Like you're being protected right now. So if something doesn't work out for you, I think you should see it as a blessing in disguise. Because I feel like you're really being supported right now, and they're giving you the information you need, and eventually it's going to be really clear. So what's this decision about? Okay. Yeah, this could really be about a relationship. It could really be about, do I want to commit to this person? Do I want to trust that we can create a life together? There is something more around, it could be a location, a move, or a relationship is kind of where this is leaning. Let's just see, what's the ultimate guidance here? Just one. The Hierophant. Don't get stuck too much in the old, okay? Like, it's time to think outside of the traditional and come up with new ideas here. Like, what kind of connections do you really want? Like, what kind of connections do you need to feel full and fulfilled? And I think, too, this old traditional thought, it's like almost thinking like, it can even be like, hey, you know, do I really want to get married or not? I think you're thinking in new ways and getting new ideas about what commitment looks like, what relationship looks like. But I also think you really need to tap into what is it that's really going to fulfill me and really be what I want. And is this going to get me there? So a lot to think about, Libras, but I think you'll figure it out. And I also think you're really being guided and protected right now from making a bad decision. But something is really, I think the Justice and the Ten of Wands here, there is a karmic completion happening right now. It's almost like you're wrapping up something, and a new opportunity is also presenting itself. So it's kind of like, if you've been in a really karmic cycle, I do feel like that's kind of closing now. All right, Libras, interesting reading. I feel like the last couple readings have been kind of all very unique. I haven't seen many trends. I don't, but I'm trying to rack my brain and remember the last couple of readings. But I know Virgo was a lot different than this, and Leo, so. All right, well, I will send you guys off into April, so enjoy yourselves. Definitely let me know how things are going for you in the comments. Hit that like button if you really like the reading, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now, Libras.